So good, burn, burn, so good, burn, I love you. Okay. Hey guys, it's Aaron, and last weekend I was in Amsterdam for VidCon Europe, which was very exciting. It was the first one ever, and it was my first ever VidCon, and I vlogged it, so if you want to check that out, they'll be in the card up there. And my friend Stephen commented on one of my videos asking my thoughts on the event. What was it like? How did it help? Was it useful? Was it not useful? All that kind of stuff. So I figured today I'd make this video and talk about my thoughts on VidCon Europe 2017. First off, I want to say that I really enjoyed VidCon. It was an amazing experience and it was great meeting so many cool people. I really want to hang out with all of them again ASAP. So guys, let's make that happen please, because I want to spend time with you. And what you may have noticed if you watch the vlogs is that I was acting a little bit different than I normally do, especially when on camera. I was very loud, I was very extroverted, I was very American, and it was mainly because I just felt so comfortable around these people. It was great to spend time with like-minded people and just be myself a little bit more than I usually am. I try to be as much of myself as possible, which is kind of why I stood up now, so I have a little bit more energy than when I'm sitting on my bed. Also because I needed to wash my bedding and it hasn't, been washed yet. So let's spill some tea. Let's get into the things that were great about VidCon, but also the things that weren't so great about VidCon, and just my general opinion on the event itself. Again, these are my opinions, so it may very well differ for other people. They may have experienced it differently. If you did though, leave a comment below and tell me how you experienced it, because I'm intrigued to know. Here are some of my opinions on what was good, what was bad, and what was awesome at VidCon. Personally, I went for the creator pathway, which made the most sense to me because I am a creator. There was a lot of smaller creators there, which I was surprised at. I expected it to be a lot more bigger creators. It was mainly focusing on how to be a better creator. It taught you things about the algorithm, things about how to make better thumbnails, better titles, better videos, just in general. And it had some really interesting talks with specific YouTubers that are doing well. And it was very interesting to go to these panels. Something I thought was really great about the creator track was that there was a specific creator lounge where lots of creators just sat and had a coffee or a tea and could mingle. It was away from the community area, and so it was like a more relaxed vibe, which was really nice. And I thought that was great. One thing I personally noticed that was a bit weird for me was that there wasn't that much security. Yes, there was security guards everywhere, but I didn't get my bags checked, and I saw some community pass holders in the creator area. I saw people with red badges going up the stairs and going into the community area, which was a bit weird. I didn't really think that was a thing, so be careful about that, VidCon. So let's talk about panels. One of the main things I always think when it comes to panels is that they're always a little bit vague and generic, and it makes sense that it has to be because it is aimed at a big group of creators who all make different kinds of content rather than one specific case study that you would be talking about. And that makes sense. I personally didn't feel I learned as much as I could have if it were more one-on-one based, but it definitely was just a very interesting array of panels. I learned some really interesting things about the algorithm and about how you should approach social media and stuff like that. And there were a lot of people who actually knew what they were talking about, which was very interesting and very good to hear. One of the ways I think they tried to combat that genericness was through creator chats. I was personally selected to go to 2 creator chats, one with LD Shadow Lady and one with Dodie Clark. And what a creator chat was, it was a few creators in a room with a bigger established creator, and they would have a conversation with you. They would talk to you about what you wanted to do and if they had any tips for that, and that was very cool. Especially the first one with LD Shadow Lady was very nice. It was less of a divide between us because we obviously were both creators. Yes, she has way more subscribers than me, but at least we got to have like a genuine conversation about our creative processes and what we wanted from it and stuff like that. And it really got my mind working about what I'm trying to do on this platform. I still don't know, but it's made me think about it a lot more, and that's very nice. The one with Dodie was a little bit less personable because there was a lot more people in the room, and definitely there was this bigger divide sort of. I'm not sure if it was caused by the fact that everyone else kept talking and kept saying things about Dodie, or if it was just because the way Dodie is, or the way we were, or maybe it was just me. But it felt very much like other people were talking a lot more than her, and it wasn't as much a two-way conversation, which was a little bit sad, but I still learned a lot, and I also got to hear some juicy secrets, which was very fun. All in all, I had an amazing experience at VidCon, and I kind of wished it hadn't ended yet, but it did, which was very sad. And some of the most fun, to be honest, was had in the moments I wasn't doing anything that had to do with YouTube. I was just hanging out with people there, which was very, very nice to just be able to hang around with people, like-minded people who love the same thing and who are trying to do the same thing as you are. But you just get to have the bants. You just get to have fun and talk about random stuff. I learned to count in Swedish. Like, you don't get to do that very often, like, unless you study Swedish or you go to Sweden. And stuff like that, it's just so funny and stupid and silly, and that's the kind of stuff that you remember after all. So yeah, most of the fun was had in the Creator Lounge or afterwards in pubs or restaurants. And it was great, it was a good time. Personally, if I were to compare it to Summer in the City, I think the VidCon setup is a lot better. There is a clear distinction between creators and community people who are fans and industry people, and I think that's a very good divide to make, because that way you know that the people that are in a certain place are there to learn or are there to fangirl, which is also fine. But at Sitsi, they kind of, apart from the Creator Day, they all melt together, and it just becomes a little bit of a mess, to be honest. I wish I was going to Sitsi so I could compare the two more closely, because obviously it was a year ago that I went to Sitsi. I think I would go again to either of them if I got the opportunity to. The main thing is, I think, that I would spend less time in panels because I now kind of know what the idea behind them is. I might go to one or two that are really interesting, or that really that make me think like, whoa, awesome, or if the creators that are there are like really interesting people, which most of us are anyway, like that wasn't shade or anything. But yeah, I think personally I would mainly go for the energy and for the other people that are there to meet up with friends and stuff like that. But I would definitely go again just because of those things, to be fair. So either or, VidCon, I say good job, and I would love to come back. So please come back to Europe, because I don't have the money to fly to America at all. Anyway, I hope you guys liked this video. Give it a quick thumbs up if you did. You can click here to subscribe or here to watch another video of my face. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye guys!